On Memorial Day, we remember those who made the ultimate sacrifice to protect our democratic values. They donned their uniforms, kissed their loved ones goodbye, and some never returned to their homes again, victims of wars abroad. But now our first responders, our police, firefighters, paramedics, 911 dispatchers, and medical professionals are the soldiers in a war against a domestic enemy that cannot be seen. COVID-19 has changed our lives, for sure, but has turned the lives of America's first responders upside down. Like the warriors we remember today from battles of the past, our first responders don their uniforms not knowing what awaits when they arrive at their calls. While others stay home to avoid exposure to coronavirus, Highland Park's police, firefighters, first aid squad, and 911 dispatchers are on the front lines of the pandemic. To keep us safe, they put themselves and their families at risk. To those of you who serve today and those who served before you, on behalf of all of Highland Park, I say thank you.
I'm here to remember an important part of Highland Park's history on this Memorial Day. In 1958, two firemen from Highland Park, William Graff and Frank Molinock, responded to a fire on Woodbridge Avenue at the 10 Brook Motor Car Place. It was a huge fire. There was about 100 firemen that responded, and Graff and Molinock ran in. They ran to the roof to try and put it out. The roof collapsed and the two men died. This is the last time, thank God, that a Highland Park fireman has been killed in the line of duty. But I think today is an important day to remember all of the people who have given the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom, for our health, and for our safety. Thank you to the police, thank you to the firemen, thank you to everyone who is working diligently to protect us in the middle of this COVID-19 epidemic. This is an important time for us to remember people who have sacrificed so that we can be safe. Thank you very much, and good Memorial Day.
Today, we gather in recognition of all those who have paid the ultimate sacrifice in service to this nation. We are thankful for their great services and commend their demonstrations of courage through the most difficult of times. Memorial Day is an important day on which we remember that our way of life has been shaped and made possible by those who have served and by those who were lost. At this time, I would like to take a moment to remember two Highland Park heroes who fought in Vietnam. Private Michael James Robinson, who died in 1969 at the age of 19, and Specialist Wayne Carlisle Picciota, who died in 1971 at the age of 20. In Highland Park, we are blessed with a wonderful police department, fire department, first aid squad, and community emergency response team who serve our community with courage each and every day. As is so evident these days, they put their lives on the line, like their fellow law enforcement officers and first responders do in their respective communities throughout the country to ensure our safety and security. On Memorial Day, we recognize that we are able to be here today largely because of those who are not. Let us remember to keep our military men and women and the sacrifices they made close to our hearts today and throughout the rest of the year. Thank you.
This is the first time in 20 years that we're not going to be celebrating Memorial Day on Memorial Day. Remembering the great sacrifices that people in Highland Park gave, people around the world gave, and especially the Highland Park Fire Department, where 2 of its members lost their lives in 1958. The Malamak and the McGraw family gave everything they have. They gave generously, they gave hard, and they sacrificed their lives saving the residents of Highland Park. Today is just a brief reminder of the sacrifice that people make on a day-to-day basis, and just a kind word to say thank you, thank you, thank you. And I encourage all residents of Highland Park to raise their flag, put a flag in the window, tie a ribbon on their door, something to say thank you for the people who are sacrificing now in our hospitals or all our first responders. We can't say enough thanks and gratitude to you all. Thank you. Enjoy your Memorial Day, but remember the people who have made great sacrifices.
I'm honored to be with you once again on this social distancing Memorial Day as we pay our respects as Americans to those who gave their lives for us all. I'm here at one of the 6 memorial sites to remember those who rest beneath this silence. Not only here in Highland Park, but at veterans cemeteries across our country and around the world. And all who still remain missing, they didn't speak the loudest about patriotism. They let their actions do that. Whether they stood up in times of war, signed up in times of peace, or were called up by a draft board, they embodied the best of America. Our borough reveals itself not only by the people it produces, but by those it remembers. We do so not just by hoisting a flag, but by lifting up our neighbors. Not just by pausing in silence, but by practicing in our own lives the ideals of opportunity and liberty and equality they fought for. We can serve others and contribute to the causes they believed in. And all above, keep their stories alive. May God bless our fallen and their families. May He bless all of you, and may He forever bless Highland Park. Stay safe, and I see you all soon.
Good morning, residents of Highland Park. I'm glad you're watching this. I want to remind everyone that we are the speakers of the dead. That means that we have to remember those who have gone before us on this Memorial Day. If we don't remember, if we don't speak once in a while, if we don't visit these sites once in a while, no one will remember those whose courage stood out. Today we memorialize those people who fought in wars, as well as our residents who fought. On the site that we visited yesterday, where I spent some time up on Woodbridge Avenue, firefighters Mollymock and Graff passed away fighting a fire on May 26, 1958. Their courage cannot be forgotten. Unfortunately, with the pandemic, we were unable to gather family, residents, and our staff to memorialize this. But I want you to remember that. Another thing we remember is the lives of those who fought in the wars. Memorial Day was originally brought about to memorialize the veterans of World War I, and we expanded to remember our volunteers who fought in World War II. They call them the Great Generation for a reason. They were just ordinary people like you and I who rose to the occasion. Today, we have the same volunteer spirit, whether they're paid or unpaid, in our firefighters, our police, our EMS, our ambulance service, as well as those a little less unsung, those in our food pantry, those volunteers and employees who serve our population in need, and the volunteers who serve in our homeless shelters and domestic violence shelters, who may be called upon in the middle of the night to deal with someone and they don't know whether they've been ill or not, but they provide that service and well. So I ask you once again to remember everyone today, Memorial Day, because we are indeed the speakers of the dead.